Hello and welcome to another DDO classic video. So, previously we ran the assault on Splinter Skull in Tangleroot Gorge. And since then, I have got some cool goodies to show off. So, first off, we have the belt that we got in that video. We threw a Topaz of Fire in the augment slot. Then we got this cloak, which doesn't have any stats on its own, but has two augment slots. So we threw a Sapphire of Natural Armor in there and a Topaz of Cold Resist. We're trying to cover as many resistances as we can. And if you look here, you can see we have everything except Sonic, but I think Sonic is relatively uncommon. So this will be nice to have. And yeah, Natural Armor. Then we also got these gloves, which boost my strength by +3. This is my first +3 strength item. We also have the bracers for +3. So we have strength, con, and dex. All three of them have their own +3 item. Now, +3 is functionally like a +2 for me, except on con, because all of my stats are even except con, only because I had a +1 con tome. So all these extra odd stats we're getting from this stuff is mostly not relevant unless like when I level up every once in a while, I'll get a +1 here. Eventually I'll get some enhancement stuff that can flesh us out, but still, even a +2 is nice. Then we have these boots, which are really just a side grade to my old boots. So these are my old boots. These give +5 jump, feather falling, and they have a yellow augment slot where I put the striding in there. And the obviously Krug's boots come with striding already. So I lose a feather fall, I lose a +5 jump. +5 jump is nice to have, not super critical though. The striding being automatic means I could have put another resistance in the augment slot. I could have put a Topaz of Feather Falling in there, and it would have just been like strictly worse because I would just be losing the jump, and there'd be no point in that. So I put in Sapphire of Defense, mostly because even though I know the PRR, MRR that you get from the Sapphire Defense did not exist back in the day, it's functionally the same as getting like a +8% bonus to your max HP when you do the math on like how the PR and MMR actually function. So I don't have a hit points Sapphire. I could have gotten one of those. This one was just easier for me to acquire because I could just buy it with the Mysterious Remnants. So this is kind of a stand-in for that. And then I ran it not just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. I ran it 6 times because I thought if I'm going to run it again, I might as well go all the way to the 6th time and get a guaranteed pick of whatever I want. And what I got, this actually technically wasn't the last thing I got. I got offered it sooner, so I picked it. And this is what you can tell I'm wearing. Brand new set of heavy armor. War Master half plate. And this is a huge upgrade over what I've had previously. +3 enhancement bonus. I don't know why its stats are so good. Why it has a max dex of 3. Is that standard for half plate? I don't think so, but maybe. A base armor bonus of 11. I'm guessing it's because it's scaled up somehow with the level, because this is higher level than my previous armor. So like, let's see, what was this one? This was, what kind of heavy armor is this? Is it just considered, it just says heavy armor, it doesn't say what kind it is, if it's half plate or full plate or what. But suffice to say, this is much higher AC over this that gave me a +10. It was actually a +9 because I didn't have the dex bonus. So this was a +9, and now I'm going up to, this was another +3 over that, so +4, plus the Sapphire protection. which I guess this also had its Sapphire Protection, but it was a smaller one. So at least a +6 AC over my previous armor. So this is going to be great to have. And that's it. So we're almost over half of our kit here is from the Assault on Splinter Skull Integral Root Gorge, and that was definitely worth doing, I think. Huge upgrades for the character. Now, today we are going to... Actually, before we get into the main event, I have one final thing. There's a reason why I stayed here in House P, which is I got mail. And I got mail from Favor, and I showed this last time, so I might as well do it this time. I also got things saying that I unlocked the Warforged as a playable class with, I think, the Coin Lords or whatever. I didn't show that, but I didn't think that was that important. But this one says, allow me to introduce myself. I am Marius de Fiarlan, a representative of House Fiarlan stationed in Zendrick. I wish to welcome you to Stormreach and thank you for your actions on behalf of Stormreach. On behalf of our house, when you are free to do so, come speak to me in the House P ward so we might discuss the future. I foresee great things with you, Paladin. Kind regards, Maris de Fiarlan. So basically, I reached a favor milestone with House P from doing those quests, that quest chain. You have impressed them enough to get access to Spellcaster, who has long-lasting beneficial spells. I actually don't know what that is. Is this Favored Soul or something? I mean, I probably already have it unlocked, but I'm curious what this is going to tell me. House Fiarlan is pleased to call you its friend. Now that you're known to House Fiarlan, speak with my cousin, Fingard de Fiarlan here. His magic can aid you in your endeavors. Oh, I think I know what this is. Additionally, you shall be granted the House Fiarlan skill bonus. The feat grants a +2 skill bonus to hide and perform skills. Not relevant for me, but sure, nice to have. Okay, I think I know what this is. Who's the dude I'm looking for? This guy. I think this guy just casts long duration buffs on me. Good day. The Wizards of House Fiarlan have devised a method of extending the duration of enhancement and defensive spells. Friends of our house have these spells cast on them for a small contribution to the coffers. And then I can have an extended spell, and then I can say, give me everything. I can get jump, mage armor. Mage armor's not relevant. Tumble would be nice. Jump would be nice. I have potions for those otherwise. False life is very temporary. Energy resist, and you could just get all of them. Now this would actually be really relevant. And even more spells? What? Oh, all of the ability enhancement stuff, and then also water breathing. So if I say give me the works, okay, that's 14. I mean, that's not that bad. We can certainly afford that, and we're gonna do it at least once just to see everything. Cool. Okay, I'm probably going to try and make a habit of coming here. I know I normally have played a spellcaster, and this was totally redundant. There was no reason to do this because I just had these spells. But these last an hour. They still tick down in public and wilderness and whatever. But I can come here whenever and get these buffs. I used to do this in House J when I played my rogue, I think. So this will be cool. I'll probably do this a little more. And then this gives me all the energy resist that I want. So maybe I don't need to have the augments. Maybe I can think about other augments. But the thing is, I don't know that there's a lot of other really useful augments for yellow augment slots. I know that there's stuff to resist poison. Maybe that could be good. I know certainly in that one quest I was getting poisoned fairly frequently, but like it didn't really matter. I would just let it wear off, and if it gave me a debuff, I'd remove it. I do use my remove disease, so none of that really mattered much, so I think I'll just stick with the elemental stuff. Also, I'm going to be getting... I have access to the energy resist spell already. Oh, I think I went past where I wanted to go. Oh no, that's House D. I have access to the spell, but I think that this spell is more useful. But certainly, once I have a second spell slot, um, I'll start preparing that as well. So we're going to House J for today's quest. Some of you guys might already know where we're going. This is an old quest from the original release of the game. We're going to... Let me double check. Shoot. I'm checking my list here. All right, yeah, we are looking at Redwillow Ruins, which is accessible right here. The water breathing thing is so silly looking, having that on. Can I just remove that? I don't know. You look learned, or maybe strong or crafty. Anyway, you look capable enough to help me. We, meaning we, House Jarasco, have a small problem. No, just a problem. Leave small out of it. She wrings her hands nervously and tries to smile. Deep breaths. Got to stay calm. Easy now. What worries you? Redwillow! Uh, General blurts out, then blushes. Falcor Redwillow, a renowned archaeological scholar of Stormreach. He took 20 assistants and students into the jungle, and they've been lost. Go on. Redwillow is a great mind and a shining star among his people. When he told me he'd found a source of material that would supply Juraska's fortunes tenfold, I rejoiced. I spent a small fortune outfitting his expedition and gave him his choice assistants. But something went terribly wrong. I don't know the whole story, but I've learned by magical means that he is surrounded by a tribe of goblinoids deep in the jungle. This sounds serious. Redwillow's last message indicated that his camp was overrun in the night. Apparently, there are but a handful of survivors, and the material Redwillow wished to collect has been seized. I wish I could send Jarasco's own forces to rescue him, but yes. Redwillow made me promise to keep his expedition secret from my elders. He said the danger of losing the materials to an opposing house required us to act quietly. Now, I cannot beg my house's help without disgracing us both, but neither can I allow Redwillow's treasure to reach enemy hands. I had hoped to recruit a freelance to rescue Redwillow's expedition, but nobody had the nerve to try. I can handle this job, General. Show me the way to Redwillow's dig. General sighs with relief. I will show you the way to the site, but it's surprisingly close to Stormreach. It it is surprisingly close to Stormreach, but well hidden. All the same. The jungle area he was investigating is supposedly quite large, and I imagine holds many secrets for those willing to explore off the beaten path. May the host walk with you and help you save Redwillow from harm. If I can rescue your lost scholar, I will. So, oh, hold on, we have more. Oh, do not waste further time talking to me. Hurry to Falcor's expedition. Salvage what you can of his efforts. I still hope his reports were exaggerated and that his assistants and guards can be saved. I'm ready to go. Okay. Oh, wait, I think I have to go this way to get there. Okay. So, one of the things I remember about this is I thought, from my memory, that, ooh, it says this is a level 6 quest. Did this used to be a level 4 quest? Let me check my notes. Redwillow Ruins. No, okay. Okay, so here's the thing. I have it is listed as a level 6 quest, that's fine. But the items that we get from it are around 4 to 5, and they're kind of outdated, and that's why I put it here in my progression. Because if I come back later when I'm doing level 6 quests, nothing's gonna be relevant here. And to be honest, for the most part, there's not a lot that's relevant to me. There's one item
Patrolling
that would be
monsters have
useful.
trampled paths in twisting patterns through the lush jungle.
There's a bunch of different weapons, but unfortunately, none of them are favored weapons for me, so they're not likely to be useful. But anyway, I was going to say that one of my memories of this was that this was a wilderness area. But this is just a quest. It's just so big that
5 haggard-looking halflings can be spied through the thick jungle foliage.
it's so big that it almost feels like you're exploring a wilderness area. And there's like a bunch of hidden bosses and stuff. It's like a mix. It's like if you had a wilderness area like the Cerulean Hills, but it just was there's a main quest out there, but there's also a bunch of side objectives you can do, which is pretty cool. Anyway, let's talk to some of these people. Let's talk to Caldia here. It was terrible, Caldia says as she lowers her eyes. There were so many of them all around us. We fought, but so few of us survived. Please help us recover at least the belongings of Falcor's chief assistants. They journeyed with us on many adventures and will never see them again. Okay. Are they all going to say similar stuff? They washed over us in the night. Scores of hobgoblins, bugbears, and worse. They burst from the jungles and stomped out our fires, ran a goodly number of innocent folks through, then forced us to flee with our skins and little else. Redwillow raced from camp to camp, screaming for everyone to flee. I know it sounds less than heroic, but he was right, and those who didn't listen perished. In the end, only 5 of us survived. Okay. Didn't they say there were like 20 people or something like that? I'm trying to stand somewhere where I'm not in the fire. Research Assistant Jada. They swarmed the camps as we slept, murdering our guards and laying waste to all who stood in their path. I lost a precious heirloom to their claws. Bring me back the necklace, for I will not leave it here. So they didn't add me an optional objective, but I think that if I find it and return it to her, I'll get something special. So I think she said to grab their stuff, right? At least grab their belongings. This guy, I don't think he gave me any sort of specific call to action, just said, "Hey, things are really not looking good." A research assistant Sil. I have never, in all my days, seen a goblinoid onslaught such as the one that overran our encampments. They acted with uncanny intelligence, targeting our guards first, then slaughtering our defenseless scholars. Redwillow quickly saw that we had no chance and called for a retreat. Call it cowardice if you like, but none of us would be alive without that act of leadership. Yes, well. All right, Redwillow. What's the deal? Thank the sovereign host you have found us. Such a blunder I have committed here, and finally there is someone to help me clean it up. He smiles thinly. I assume that you were sent by General? Yes, General sent us to help you. They say us, assuming that I am here with an accompanying party. I'm surprised they didn't give me the warning saying, "Hey, this is an adventure of extreme difficulty." Um, Renewal is a pleasant lass, a bit taken with me, I fear, and I confess that I used that to my advantage. Now, look at what has transpired. But I did it for House Jarasco as well as myself, and neither Jarasco nor I need suffer from this venture if you act quickly. Um, so this is kind of like a different thing with older quests. And I noticed this with the previous quest as well. Um, they put uh the the dialogue option that progresses you is last. And nowadays the dialogue option that progresses you is always like the first option. So you just spam click the first option if you're going through quests. But these old ones, it was the other way around. They like want you to go from the top down, go through all the options, and then finish off by doing this. Or sometimes it'll be like, this will just lead you to this in another way. Anyway, so how did you take advantage of General? Well, as you might guess from my portly stature, I'm a wealthy man. My past endeavors have yielded much gold and my fair share of fame, and I often find myself pursued by ladies of society and lower class wenches alike. Our mutual acquaintance, Janul, is one of those who cannot resist a celebrated name. She believed what I told her without a hint of doubt, and she was more than eager to finance this venture, despite the risks involved. So, you're telling me you lied to get her support? I may speak with a honeyed tongue, but I do not lie, sir. I simply convinced General that her secrecy was critical to our success. And that was true enough, for my rivals are always eager to beat me to my discoveries. Instead of waiting for House Tarasco to put together an official expedition, I rushed to the site with only a handful of diggers, all supplied by Janul and sworn to secrecy. And I found what I sought, but I could not hold on to it, for now my treasure has been stolen from me, along with the lives of most of my party. I know I am guilty. I should have waited for the protection of House Tarasco's veteran escorts. I shall apologize for involving General in this disastrous scheme if I ever return to Stormreach alive. Your guilt is yours to bear. It interests me little, but who stole this treasure of yours? I mean, I am interested, but I don't want to just like skip it. So, who stole this treasure of yours? Hobgoblins, bugbears, and trolls. Now that's the strangest part of our misfortune. What on Eberron is driving the savage races of Zendrik, many of whom consider each other great uh, delicacies, to cooperate? I think what he means by that is they would normally eat each other. Something is amiss. Why, if I were given more to fisticuffs, I should have beaten a hobgoblin into a submission and forced him to speak of his leaders. So you didn't fight him then, huh? Redwillow snorts loudly. By the sovereign host, no! These hands are too delicate, too skilled to wrap around the crude haft of a spear or clutch the hilt of a sword. Do I look like a barbarian fresh from the Talenta plains? I should think not. And let's face it, I'd be hacked to pieces if I mistook myself for a warrior. But you seem to be made of tougher stuff, and you act decisively. You can redeem my past mistakes. Tell me what must be done to salvage this mess. Throughout this expedition of the jungle, you will find the exploratory camps established by my late and lamented assistants. I'm afraid that all these camps have been conquered by aggressive goblinoids and their fell minions. Go on. We must collect the items left behind when we fled these camps. If, indeed, they have not been seized already by the pillagers, we shall be forced to abandon most of our equipment. But there are a handful of objects I simply will not give to the jungle scum. A set of research notes, a very important container, an irreplaceable necklace, and the remains and personal effects of three of my best assistants. Is there any more information you can give me? My surviving assistants here in the camp are waiting for the items you seek. My research notes should be given to God. Yeah, these are the same people who asked about it. Gadbin, the container, which you may have guessed is what we came here for, should be entrusted to Syl. The personal effects of my lamented friends should be given to Caldia, and finally, Jada wants the return of the necklace. Yeah,
Redwillow
understood.
spun a clever tale, asking you to recover 4 items from research camps that were overrun by goblinoids.
All right. Now you understand what needs to be done. I assume you will be off to destroy these beasts and recover our gear? Indeed. Is this all you would ask of me? There is a private matter you could assist me with. I wouldn't want bandied this business bandied about. I guess that's a word. Bandied about in Stormreach, if you get my drift. But if you're not afraid to deal with the rather shady folk, or hold your tongue about it, I might have further need of you. Speak. I was approached not long ago by a third party with an interest in these ruins. Though I knew General would not approve, I gave my word to this third party that I would review their offer. Naturally, I would compensate House Jarasco for their investment if I chose to switch patrons. If you are willing, I would ask you to deliver my response to them now. I don't care which master you serve, I'll deliver your response. After all this death, loss, and failure, you would rob Janul of your profits. I'll have nothing to do with it. I think I'm curious here because I mean I wanted to use the second thing for roleplay reasons, but I'm gonna quickly see what is the significance of this option. I don't know. Maybe I'll find out in a future playthrough. It's probably just RP stuff, I guess. After all this death, loss, and failure, you would rob General over profits. I'll have nothing to do with it. Okay. And maybe I can change my mind if I wanted to. No, you can't. Oh, that's a one-time choice. So if you want to allow him to swindle uh, extra profits out of this and leave General out of it, have an extra third party, maybe you get an extra prize for it. I don't know. But we are not traitors.
Reeking of rotting meat and roasting flesh, a pack of goblinoids plays with freshly picked bones. Several camps are strewn throughout the area. Each camp boasts well-armed patrols to scour the area for interlopers.
Okay, cool. So, as I was saying, this is kind of like a wilderness area almost, it feels like. I'm trying to remember the full layout of the place. I have a general idea where I'm going. But let's try to focus on these objectives. Obtain the research notes, obtain the sealed container, find the remains and personal effects of 3 research assistants. Jada's necklace. Okay. So, I think probably the best thing for me to do, just to help make this not take forever as I comb the whole place, is I'm going to pull up the map on the wiki, as I've done before. And then try to focus on getting to the quest items that are necessary. So, we need to go this way. Actually, that's where we came from. Yes. Oh, wait. Okay. There's, I think there's something we can't get to here until later because there's like a portal that opens up and we go into like a giant encampment, I think. But we can come over here. I think this is just a locked chest, though, to be honest.
Trolls bar the way ahead. Among them is a dark, scaly shadow whose eyes.
Alright, we killed the troll. Giebelbrox. Oh, we got Jada's necklace. So we did have to come here anyway. Oh, we can get in here. Okay. I guess we are in the right area. So I think I could have gotten something from that. Giebelbrox, looking on the wiki. Grimble Crux is someone else. Oh, that could have been the troll cloak that I was thinking of. Like, okay, so at least now I know that in future runs when I'm trying to ransack this and see if I can get it, it's going to be relatively quick to get here. Anywho, back to the map. I think that, well, actually, I don't know. I think maybe we want to go in here. Probably something of note to be found. There's definitely goblinoids.
The foul stench of bugbear fills your nostrils. It seems you have stumbled into their lair.
Great, there's actually nothing over here. I thought there was supposed to be something on either side. I guess that was just a waste of time. Clean out the Bugbear Fortress. Oh, I guess we have to kill everything. Like, that's an optional, so might as well do that anyway. Yep, flag. Oh man, my Ireland is tanking here. How's she taking all the aggro? Okay, I think the other ones came from over there, and I don't see a special. Yep, this is the last four. Alright, the optional's done. But yeah, there was nothing in there. But now we know. For all I know, they could have had some of the supplies. And if they did, I didn't see them. So I think there's more to be found that way, but I think we gotta go around. It would be nice if I can get on my horse. So, like, you can get on your horse in wilderness zones, and that works fine for combat purposes. It'd be nice if, like, big outdoor quests like this one, and there's a few others as well, if you could get on your horse in them too. Because it's not even like every wilderness area they'd let you use a horse either, because I've already been in a handful of
The
wilderness
sand
areas.
shifts to reveal a small brood of night scorpions.
Never mind, I don't see the night scorpions. Oh, there they are. I've already been in a handful of wilderness areas like
Trolls huddled together in the jungle here. Destroy them before they make a meal of you.
Like the waterworks and the area on the way to the Seal of Chanticleer quest and such. So, I mean, since they exclude those from letting you use a horse, they might as well like add the stuff where it really makes sense. Because the reason they exclude that, presumably, glad we got all these effects by the way. The reason they exclude that is just because it doesn't make sense to use a horse in it or in a dungeon or whatever, which is fine, I suppose. But why not just let us also use it in places like this?
Bugbear and hobgoblin assassins peer hungrily from the dark corners of the jungle.
We still have to get off of it in order to do this combat stuff. Maybe they just don't want people using it to zoom through a quest. But, I don't know.
Near invisible tunnels in the soft earth betray the presence of a scorpion nest.
Another scorpion nest. Okay, nothing here. Okay, I know where we're at on the map.
Hobgoblins have created a small warren ahead. Destroy them.
Was there not a wilderness? Oh, wait, is it this way? That's a... Oh, okay, I know what's up there. We gotta go around this way, though, to get there. I remember this. I know where we're at. Okay, Black Bile Eater. All of these chests that these special red named guys have can be, have special named items, so... Okay, that was cool. We got the... We just need the sealed container. The evening gloves. Still UMD +1. Really not useful. At least not for me.
A host of goblinoids feasts and chortles loudly nearby.
Apparently I was able to hear them even when they were all invisible but like one dude. Wait, was this guy down here or did he march down? Because I know up there is a oh yeah, he was right here. His chest is. Up there are some gargoyles. And there is... Oh, wait, this is the warden container.
You have recovered all of the lost items Redwillow described. Return them to the halflings at Redwillow's camp.
Well, that was easy. Didn't even have to go to the back place, but maybe we still go back there later. I'm gonna still check this place out. So we come up here, I believe there's a couple gargoyles. And then inside there, I believe there's a bunch of traps that probably I'm
One
not gonna struggle too
gargoyle appears
much.
more intelligent than the others. It
This
follows
one?
your motions with unmatched intensity.
I should be able to get past no problem on normal, but coming in on elite, it might be more difficult.
His stony form shattered by your onslaught, Tolagath crumbles to dust.
Ooh, this could get okay. This guy drops an armor, which is a heavy armor, which isn't super useful for me because I just got this really cool one. But one of the nice things about it is it's like gargoyle plate, and it has DR2 on it, just flat DR2 against BPS, bludgeoning, piercing, slashing. All right, well, okay, there's the lever, so let's hold the lever. Okay, I mean, like I said, I knew there was gonna be traps. More traps over here. Oh, there they are. I mean, I can't open that chest anyway unless I find a key. I don't think I want to go up there yet. Maybe I do. I'll get there. I'll go that way on the way out. There we go. I was trying to creep closer and get it without hurting myself. So now we have a bunch of quests to return all the items. Check this place out before I forget. Okay, I just completed I think that was just an objective to clear out all the hobgoblins in this particular cave. All right, cool. Now I think let me check my app. Yeah, I got both of those. And yeah, I think we just want to go back to him now. It does say still to clear the jungle pass, so there's probably 3 more people. But I think if we go more directly there, we'll encounter some guys on the way back. So, in fact, there we go. There's some trolls and bugbears right now. Oh, there's plenty
A
more.
goblinoid camp awaits you beneath a canopy of jungle trees. Several
There's something more
bugbears have
back
built a
there.
small camp in the shade of the ruined walls.
Okay. Okay, I think I gotta go up and around this way to get over to these guys. I feel like I want to go over here and check this out though, because I think there's like a back place here with the drow or something like that. So I think we're gonna check it out anyway.
Scuttling feet clatter on stones as a scorpion patrol approaches.
At least this is just from my memory. There's another way we can go on the way back, though. That's good. Okay. Is my memory serve me correct? Is this a drow?
As you make your way beyond the brush, you spy two dark-skinned forms rushing
Yep.
toward a larger camp.
Those are drow, all right.
Silent and stoic, the dark-skinned men watch as you approach. The one clad in dark green cloth seems to be the leader.
You have no business here. Go away. You claim to know my business, drow? I know you are not the halfling's messenger. I foresee no profit from your death. Therefore, we have no business. Be glad of that. So yeah, I think that it's not until later he sends me here. So I did have the correct memory that we're supposed to come here. We should have just followed this advice. I thought that since we were passing it, we might as well come anyway because I thought I remembered coming back here and I thought maybe it would just be like a hidden in the back sort of random encounter. But apparently not. Apparently it is part of the quest. I just haven't been directed to go there yet. My guess is he'll give me something to wear to show that I am his messenger or something like that. We're getting close. Oh yeah, that's where those trolls were. Who are these night scorpions are? So many memories from doing this back in the day. Classic quest. Wait, is this not the right place? Shoot. I'm close though. It's this way. Yeah, there they are. Okay. Alright, so let's give them other stuff. Caldia, you become bearing the effects of my fallen assistants. I have, though they were not easy to retrieve. Now they're yours. Do you have any more effects to give me? Yes. 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 Please collect the items that Redwillow asked you to recover. I will tend to the personal effects of the chief assistants. And yeah, okay, it just reminds me what everyone wants, but I have it all right here. Do you have the research notes? Yes, I do. Excellent. Do you have the necklace? Oh, if I say no, I keep it? Oh, no, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it's not useful for you, is it? Yeah, it just says it belongs to her. But maybe I could sell it or something. Yes, I was able to recover it. And Syl, yes, I have the container. I could lie about that too. That's crazy.
You have returned the items to their caretakers. Inform Redwillow of your success.
All right. You have salvaged the things we need to pack up our expedition and leave. However, while you were gone, my assistants and I made use of our magical talents to search for the roots of this disaster. Here is one thing we lack before we can truly call this venture a success. What is that? Revenge! Falkor speaks shyly. Revenge upon the evil creature who caused these stupid goblinoids to interrupt my plans. There's a crafty giant who has holed himself up in a nearby cavern. It is this giant, I am sure, who drove the scum toward us. And it is this giant I would see slain. I can create a dimensional portal to his lair, but I cannot rip the heart from his chest. That is your job. Before we accomplish this revenge, was there nothing else he wanted me to do? Private matter. So I think a private matter is that he wants me to go talk to the drow. I think the drow is his second contact. Which, I mean, I don't really care if there's like a special thing to be gained from that. Because like I said, I already established the only thing I really maybe want is that troll cloak. Private matter wouldn't want to... Okay, this is the same thing. So... You won't decamp until I do this. No, I will not move an inch until the giant is dead. You must understand that this is not only a personal vendetta. These giants are up to something sinister, and you may be sure of that. And every murderous step they take brings them closer to Stormreach. We must protect Stormreach. We must we not? I swear that the murder of my assistants will not survive to scheme again. The giants are indeed a threat, and I will carry out your vengeance. Summon your portal. He will be lauded a hero in the taverns of Stormreach. Falcor removes a small scroll from a case on his belt and recites a few words in a guttural tongue. That should do the trick.
Redwillow has opened a gate that
Okey-dokes.
leads to the culprit behind this invasion,
So
a
yeah,
hill
I think
giant
that.
named Tortgon.
Wait, what did they say? Go through the portal. May the sovereign host guide you in battle. Oh, I'm looking for a hill giant named Torgon. But yeah, I think there's just an
Redwillow's
optional.
gateway deposits you into the center of a long, overgrown ruin. Something here is not right.
I think there's just an optional thing to do the drow stuff, which is not really important to me. I'll probably do it on a future playthrough just to see what it was all about, but I think that there was something in one of the previous quests that I could have gotten like a giant bane something, but I don't have it, so no big deal. We'll make do with what we got. I gotta just destroy his army, so I just gotta kill all the giants. Do anything? Wait, can I go back here? No. You can see my this jump spell putting some work in. Wait, can I tumble? Ooh, we can do tumbles. I was thinking of using the dude in the marketplace as well, who gives you a long tumble spell.
Well fortified and guarded,
What
you
happens
have
if
found
I
your way to the giant leader's stronghold. You will need cunning to defeat this foe.
what happens if I tumble back? Oh, sorry, that was not the right thing. I want to do shift. Okay, that's not really that significant. It is a somersault. These giants can be pretty formidable on elite and stuff, especially if you get a few. Why did that happen? If you get a few champions or whatever spawn and they overwhelm you.
Tortgon bellows in defiance as he has struck a deadly blow. His hold over the goblin tribe is shattered.
Cool. And there's a chest. Unless I'm misremembering, and this has the giant bane thingy in it, which would be kind of funny. No, and that's also not very good. It's not for me. Okay, and that's it. That's literally. I don't think we can go back. Can we go back through the portal and tell them we finished the job? And we'll try if I can do that. I think the portal's like a one-way. Nope, there's the portal. Let's see if we can go through it again. Oh, okay. You just had to jump through it? Okay. What's he gonna say? Hurry along now. Wait. Oh, okay. Now he's giving me the option. Okay. For the sake of not leaving any loose ends, even though canonically, I would just skip this. I think I want my character. It's not. This isn't about the character. This is about me just trying to like experience everything that the quest has to offer. So we might as well record it. Um, I don't care which masters you serve. I'll deliver your response. You will need to search for the recipient, but you will know him when you find him. His skin was as dark as the
An
night sky.
important missive has been
Okay.
handed over to your party. Somewhere in the jungle, a dark emissary awaits.
Right. Well, we know where it is. It's a little bit of a run. I guess I'm sort of regretting that I didn't do this the first time I talked to him, but I mean, we could just finish the quest at any time. I could even go over there, talk to him, get the reward, and if he tells me to go back to him, I could just finish out and not complete the optional. Because I don't really care about the XP. I'm level 8 doing a level 6 quest, and I'm still have like other like level 4 and 5 quests to do, so we're well ahead of the curve we need to be at. Wait, is it this way? Yes, it is. We're close. Here. Nope, we got one more turn. There we go. Top of these stairs up here. We'll talk to Kerzan. The drow's eyes narrow with suspicion. You are not the messenger I was told to expect, yet I see the halfling's letter in your hand. It belongs to me. Give me that letter now. Yeah, I'll give it to him without comment. The dark elf scans the letter. I warned Redwillow that I would only deal with the messenger I trusted. But who are you? Maybe you are a spy laying a trap for my people. Maybe you are a bandit who killed Redwillow and stole his papers. Maybe you're that. Maybe that pompous fool thought one courier was as good as another. It matters not. Redwillow broke our agreement, and you will die now. Your paranoia will be your death, Drow.
Kexan Tekorcha whispers a dark prayer as he steels himself for battle.
He messed with the wrong paladin.
Tekorcha's band of drow have been eradicated. Their
There we
taint
go.
is cleansed from this area of the jungle.
We have cleansed the taint of the jungle. Okay, there we are. Let's finish out and let's talk to Jarul, I think we said her name was. There we are. Jandul. I think I said it wrong every time, to be honest, in hindsight. Jandul looks to you with desperation in her eyes. Were you able to find Redwillow? Was the attack on his party as terrible as he said? I'm afraid so. Falcor Redwillow found his treasure and he will deliver it as promised, but most of his companions, he did. What? But most of his companions. Oh, is that a B? Oh, no, that says lie. Most of his companions lie dead. I might as well have killed them. How can I be glad of Falcor's success when it cost so many innocent lives? Jandul's eyes burn with tears. I'm glad you were able to help save Falcor Redwillow, and I'm glad for my house that his profits were saved too. But for the deaths of Falcor's party, I cannot forgive myself. You should reserve some blame for Redwillow himself. I am convinced that he misled you into this scheme. I understand now that Falcor Redwillow, will never regret an adventure that increases his fame and fortune. I therefore shall regret it twice, once for myself and once for Falcor's black heart. Give to me no more of this. Speak to me no more of this. Yeah, she's like, I screwed up and it was my own fault. So I shouldn't have trusted him in the first place. Which, you know what? Fair sentiment. All right, there we go. That is Redwillow Ruins. Um, there are some relevant level 4 weapons here, just not for my character. So I think we'll leave it at that. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you in the next one.